When I first heard of, the old High Royds being knocked down and developed into a residential area, I thought, I don't think I'd want to live there. And actually, I just think that they've done an amazing job by maintaining the character of what the site was and the history of it. I think they've been really respectful of that. My son played football in and around this area for quite a few years. I used to walk the dog. When it was first built, I'd be intrigued and I'd be trying to think, let's see if I can try and remember where the wards were now. And I just struggled because they'd done such a good job. And I think it's positive that there's now lots of families on here, that kids play on the fields where once there was lots of patients. But yeah, I just think it's really positive that this space has been used to benefit families, kids, dogs, because there's lots of dog walking that goes on here, like me and my dog. The fact that some parts have remained is a really good thing. Whilst you have to acknowledge that there were some not very nice things that went on here on this site as part of the history, it is history, and we learn and we develop. Join the agency, and of course the first place that they offer you is, do you want to do some shifts at High Royds? Because nobody wanted to work there. And it kind of put me off, but then it also made me think, well, do you know what, I'm going to work in this career, I need to know what's going on, I need to find out more for myself, and then I can make my own opinion. So I did. I said, okay, I'll do some night shifts, because it was always a night shift that was on offer. So yeah, I got myself ready. I was really nervous. It was winter as well. So as you can imagine, how old was I? I was about 22. I'd never been in a place like that. I was on my own, walking up this big long driveway in the pitch black. There's no light in there. There may have been lighting, I'm sure, back in the day, but as it was closing down at the time, and we're talking about 1995, that kind of time. So yeah, things were starting to close down. All the big institutions were starting to close down because of the Community Care Act that came into play. What hit me was the fact that the patients on there, it sounds really judgmental now, but it was something that struck me because this was 1995, quite modern days, but yet when you walked onto the ward, it felt like you were going back into the dark ages. And I remember seeing how people were dressed and thinking, oh my God, it looks like they've been wearing those clothes for 50 years. You immediately saw that power between the nurse and the patient, an elderly patient. And I don't even know why she was a patient, to be honest. That sounds awful, but I don't even know why she was a patient. But I was given this job of accompanying her down to her ECT, electroconvulsive therapy. She had to have it. And again, I didn't really think much about that at the time because I just did what I was told. And her sitting in this chair that actually just looked like a torture chair to me, it looked horrendous, and putting the electrodes on her head. Back then they didn't explain to the patient what was going to happen like they do now. There were straps and the electrodes go on your sides of your head, and then, as you'd expect, they make sure that people aren't touching the patient, and then the treatment is administered, and sometimes it's administered more than once. It can be twice or 3 times depending on how much treatment they have to have. Patients, but these are all individuals. These people have had their own lives. These people have got a history. And as soon as you're a patient, it's almost like you lost your individuality. Is this what I really want to be doing?